Good morning. My name is Doak. I'll be the instructor for this course. I wanted to give a brief introduction video, introduce myself, give you an idea of what to expect from this course. I'm originally from southwest Wisconsin, small town, Mount Horeb, Dodgeville. Went to school in Annapolis, Maryland, as well as Santa Fe, New Mexico. And there we studied the Great Books curriculum, which essentially was the classics, math, science, literature, from Homer on forward. Heavy emphasis on discussion-based as opposed to lecture-based. And in this class as well, I will try to take a back seat to lecturing, although I can tend to get on some jags. And very much the emphasis on this class is the ability to work through ideas on your own, particularly ideas you don't agree with. There's a famous quote that's always misattributed to Aristotle, which whoever said it rings true to this day, and that's that the mark of an educated mind is the ability to entertain an idea without believing in it. And nowhere is that more difficult than in the field of ethics and morality, because, as they say, people learned their morals at the knee of their grandfather, and who are we, who am I, to change your values as you've become set in your life, right, and learn more and reinforced or changed your value set. And very basically, for the purposes of this course, ethics is simply the study of morality, and morality tends to boil down to what actions are right and wrong and what types of people are good or bad. This is pretty much all specific applications fall under one of those two categories. And to that end, we will read a number of source documents where we look at different moral theories that make an attempt to describe the rights and wrongs of the world, in the same way that the laws of gravity describe and predict all activities, all events in the world of matter and energy, from the beginning of time all the way to the front. I raise a high standard, which not all ethicists would agree with, that what we want in the field of ethics and morality is a code, a theory, a principle that is as consistent in explaining past events as the laws of gravity are, and is as predictive as the laws of gravity in predicting which events in the future will be beneficial or detrimental, good or bad, right or wrong, to people and those affected. And with that, every week we will also be looking at case studies, specific applications of whether female genital mutilation is justified in one country or not, or whether a citizen of that country has the right to refuse to obey the laws of that country and leave. And so in all of these things, we all have opinions, right, one way or the other. And largely, I'll say it again and again, I'm not interested so much in what your opinion is as why you believe it, right? What are the reasons, what evidence, what instincts lead you to one position or another. And the more we learn to vocalize these and see whether the reasons that we have to support our conclusion really do produce that conclusion, or if they're not a necessary causation, right? Or they don't necessarily lead to that conclusion. And so on a weekly basis, we will have discussions where we will comment and respond to each other, hopefully learning and enlarging our own ideas, as well as I will give multiple question prompts that I'll have weekly write-ups to. And that way I'll be able to gauge how much you're taking in, where you're struggling, where you have further questions, that sort of thing. And in that way we can move forward and hopefully address and apply these to those areas of our life that are most unexamined, I would say. And I would say that we do live in a time where we have a crisis of values. Right? Our technological capacity is exponentially increasing, whereas our morals have been pretty stagnant for the last 2,000 years or so. So brief introduction, I want this to be a peer-to-peer, right? I'd rather be the guide to the side than the sage on stage. And so I'll try to make myself very approachable. You'll see, I'll crack a lot of jokes, hopefully. I think they're funny. Leave it to you to determine the truth of that. And try to create an environment where people are free and open and comfortable to disagree with somebody, to raise questions they think are stupid, to push on the status quo, right? And really pursue the truth, whatever that we think that means at the moment.